49er faithful. This is officially coming to Jesus moment for the 49ers.
I'm a 49er. I bleed red and gold. I've been faithful since I was 2 years old. We about to start quick and count another ring. Being a 49er mean I'm a 49er.
49er faithful, it is I, Filmo Trev, coming to you live, and this is a very unique live. And on this live, I want to try to do something different. So right now, I want all the real 49er faithful to drop in the chat right now to let me know where you from. Drop it in the chat right now. Where do you reside? Before we get started, roll call. A 49er faithful roll call. If you're a true 49er faithful, not a fan, drop in right now and let me know where you from. Where you checking in from? And then we're going to get this thing started because I got a lot of things to talk about. If you are a 49er faithful, this is not a good day. This is not a good day if you are a 49er fan or faithful, because there's a difference. So we're going to get into it. And there's a lot of things that we have to talk about. And one of the key things that I do, and I repeat, I do want to talk about, is the Super Bowl. Yes, we have to talk about the Super Bowl. We have to talk about it. We have to discuss it. We have to break down the things that we saw. The only way to get better is to be uncomfortable and to recognize when you need to get better. And the 49ers as a whole need to get better. And the way they get better is by recognizing they suck. Yes, you recognize that you suck, and you development and you try to find better players, because the players that we have to be honest, are too old, too slow, too short, don't have the bandwidth of IQ to really compete at the highest level in the NFL. Now, some of you might be saying, Filmo Trevor, what do you mean by that? What do I mean is this. The Seattle Seahawks are by far the best team in the NFL. And let's be honest, this happened overnight. And not just overnight, but this happened really in 6 to 8 weeks with great recruiting, free agency, getting Sam Darnold, with recruiting and scouting. Yes, they scouted their ass off and picked up the best people in the draft. Okay? And 3, the owner don't know shit about football. So what she says, she don't know shit. So she lets the coaches and the GM do their job at their highest level. Now, Jed York, he might know a thing about football, but let's be honest here. He don't know shit about recruiting or scouting or picking up decent players. These are facts. These are facts. We're gonna cut the bullshit and we're gonna talk about the facts. The facts is the 49ers have a lot of things to build on. And one of the biggest things that I recognized in the Super Bowl is you have to have a hell of a defense. Now, a lot of 49er faithful out there will say, well, Filmo Trev, we would have had a good defense if we wasn't injured. Check this out. I'm going to be really honest with y'all, unapologetically truthful, because this is the faithful talk. We could have been healthy and had every single person on our defense that we free agency, been on the roster like Nick Bosa, and we still would have got our asses whooped by the Seattle Seahawks. Yes, that's the truth. That is the truth. And we're coming to a coming to Jesus moment and telling the truth about our team. We are really the third best team in our division. And it's not even close. You got Seattle, LA, 49ers are all the way down at the bottom of the abyss, and we are next to Arizona. That's the truth. That is the truth. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm telling the raw truth. We suck. Even if we were healthy, we could not compete with that Seattle defense. That Seattle defense is the best defense I have seen in the last 15 to 20 years in the NFL. That reminded me of the old school Baltimore defense. That reminded me of the old Pittsburgh defense. And we have to start being honest with what will it take to win a Super Bowl in the NFL. And what it takes is defensive line who are relentless, violent, and we need to have a coming to Jesus moment. Do you truthfully think Nick Bosa, with 3 MCL, ACL surgeries on 2 knees, 3 surgeries, 2 knees, will be that violent coming off the edge? Let's be honest here. We got to be honest here. And I'm all about being a fan, and it's cute to be a fan sometimes. But we got to call the facts the facts, and we got to be honest. Nick Bosa will not be that guy. He won't be that guy. Got to tell the truth. Now, Max Crosby, I think he wants to be a 49er. Now, are we going to have to pay hell and high water to Tom Brady to get Max Crosby? Absolutely. But will it be worth it, ladies and gentlemen? Will it be worth it? I definitely think it will be worth it to get Max Crosby. We're going to have to pay the fee. You know, when you go to a strip club and you always walk in and you see the bouncer and he's like, yo, it's $50 to get in tonight. And you're like, but what the girls look like? He like, they're girls. You got to pay the fee if you want to play. And one of the biggest fees the 49ers can pay to play is give up 2 first-round draft picks for Max Crosby. Yes, 2 first-round draft picks for Max Crosby. It's not like we're going to do good with those 2 first-round draft picks anyway. That's the truth. We're not going to do good with those 2 first-round draft picks. We suck at drafting in the first round. The last time we drafted good in the first round, we got who? Think about it real quick. Who was the last time the 49ers drafted a quality first-round draft pick that will be a Hall of Fame in Canton? I'll wait for y'all to answer that question. Because I don't think y'all can name not one. Not one. And with that being said, I want to be very clear when I say this. This whole defense needs to be revamped. We need to fire, wave, cut, let loose, dead weight. Nick Bosa is dead weight. He's been dead weight. He only shows up when it's a contract year. He doesn't hustle. He reminds me of Chase Young. And what do you know? They both went to Ohio State. They both did. Both went to Ohio State. And they have the same mechanics of lazy pass rushers. Only want to pass rush when it's on their side. Only want to do a swim move when it's on their side and it's convenient. When was the last time you watched Nick Bosa hustle? You don't see it. He's concerned about his business, and the 49er front office need to be concerned about our business. Cutting, trading, getting rid of Nick Bosa. Have to get rid of Nick Bosa. That is a must. That is a concern. That's something that needs to be done expeditiously. Now, ladies and gentlemen, more news. Bring back Aldon Smith. I would love if Aldon Smith could have put down the bottle and would have been a perfect 49er Hall of Famer, because we all know Aldon Smith, without the bottle, would have been a Hall of Famer. No questions asked. No questions asked. And shouts out to my people in Houston. I miss y'all. I need to come back out there. Matter of fact, next month, message me. I might be in Houston next month. I need some barbecue. Now, the next big thing that we have to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, is our linebackers. Yes, our linebackers. We got to talk about the linebackers. We need to have a coming to Jesus moment about our linebacking core. Outside of Fred Warner, who the hell else do we got? Who? Who? Who else do we have on the linebacker depth chart that can actually compete at a high volume level? Now, when I watched the Seattle Patriots game, I got to be honest with you. Their linebackers, not that good. Their linebackers are not that good. Those linebackers for Seattle are playing cleanup. Now, if you are not a football player, retired player, an ex-football athlete, or a coach, you might not know what that means. When a linebacker plays cleanup, that means your defensive line is whooping so much ass, all you got to do is scrape and clean. Scrape and clean. Pick up easy shit. Yes, I said it. Pick up easy shit. And I want this to really sink in and be digestible for the 49er fans out there and the faithful. We cannot win with the linebacking core that we have. Fred Warner's great. Hall of Famer, guaranteed first ballot. We already know that. But who's going to be next to him? We know it's not Winter. We can't see Nick Martin because we all think he reads at a fucking second grade level. So it can't be him. So we need to pick up a new linebacker. Luckily, in this draft, there is some heat at the linebacker position. So the 49ers need to be very, very cognitive and very smart at what linebackers they want next to Fred Warner. But guess what? That's not enough at the linebacker depth. We need speed at the linebacker position. We need young linebackers that understand how to flow with the game and not think, but shoot the gaps. That's what we need. I'm just getting sick and tired of 49er fans and faithful saying we got Fred Warner, that's enough. That's not enough. Patrick Willis had Navarro Bowman. We need depth at the linebacker position. Now, speaking of depth at the linebacker position, there's another player in another section of the defense that I want to speak about before we talk offense. Our corners as a collective, trash. Seattle showed the whole world what quality corners and safeties look like. We got to call it honest. You're not going to win a Super Bowl if your corners are under 6'1". Okay? Your defensive line needs to be wide and point this way. They need to point this way. But your corners need to be tall and be able to press and be sticky rice. They need to be sticky rice. CG, I'm going to add you on. Actually, give me 2 minutes, CG. I'm going to send you the link in the comments. I'm going to send you the link in the comments, CG. I see you. So I want to be very, very clear and letting everyone know that Upton Stout needs to be a 49er. I believe in Upton Stout at the nickel position. Hands down, I believe in Upton Stout. I think he will one day become a Pro Bowler. Not a Hall of Famer, a Pro Bowler. He reminds me of Kenlon Williams. If y'all know who that is. But Lenore. I like Lenore. I don't like Lenore on the 49ers for multiple reasons. I don't like his contract, and I don't like necessarily how he plays against big wide receivers. And if we can trade him for second, third round draft picks, I think this needs to be an option for the 49ers. We need big corners. We got to stop believing in these Rudy characters. Rudy-type cornerbacks and safeties are not going to win you a Super Bowl. Seattle has showed us the blueprint. Now, all we need to do is copy and paste and get young. Copy and paste and get young. That's the magic about success. When you see someone successful in your career that you want to do, you don't reinvent the fucking wheel. You copy and paste. And once it starts to roll, you can add grip, you can add slick, you can add all these other functionalities to it. But until then, you copy and paste. And I would like for the 49ers defense to copy and paste what they see in Seattle. What they see. You see dogs on the D-line who are relentless, violent, don't give a damn about giving a damn. You got mid-level linebackers that clean up and scrape. And then you got secondary who are sticky rice. That's the name of the corners and safeties for Seattle, sticky rice. They stick to you. You ain't doing shit. You ain't doing shit. And if this is your first time watching me, please share this content right now with a 49er faithful or a fan. Share with them right now. I got a couple of Raider fans in my chat. I see y'all watching me. Yes, I'm upset because the 49ers have been living in a capsule of what they could be, not reality. And it's my job to make sure that the 49er faithful that watch the channel and subscribe recognize that we have a lot of work to do. And it's not going to come overnight. We need to trade multiple superstars. So I gave you 2 superstars on the defense that needs to be traded. Lenore needs to be traded. Nick Bosa needs to be traded. And we need to get a minimum of 6 draft picks for them. I don't care if those draft picks come in the 5th round, the 4th round, or the 3rd round, but we need to trade these individuals to make sure we get younger. I need 21, 22-year-old people in the secondary. I don't want to see no 27 years old, 26 years old, 25. I need young dogs, young bulls. Copy and paste what success is. It's that simple. We need another Candlestick Park. I agree with you. But before we get another Candlestick Park, we need another Bill Walsh. But we'll talk about Kyle Shanahan and a little bit later in this episode. But the other stuff that I would like to talk about is the offense. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the coming Jesus to moment for a lot of faithful out there. We need to trade Christian McCaffrey now. Yesterday. We need to trade him. I don't care about his legacy. I don't care about his family. I don't care about none of that shit. I care about winning. You are not going to win a Super Bowl with a 30-year-old wide receiver, scat back, Swiss Army knife of a running back. You're not going to do it. Copy and paste. What does Seattle have? Multiple running backs that are young, fast, agility. They can't catch the ball, but guess what? They're consistent with what they do. Trade Christian McCaffrey. Let him go. He's not good no more. Let's get draft capital, not players, draft capital. We have to. These are the things that have to get done for us to be successful. So now, 2 defensive players, we get 6 players. Trade Christian McCaffrey, get another 3 players. That's 9. That's 9 young bulls, young dogs. If we trade 3 players, we get 9 back. Now, before I keep on going on, tell you who needs to be let go for us to have a coming to Jesus moment, for us to be successful this upcoming season, I'm going to say this as well. We need to fire the scouting department for the San Francisco 49ers. I don't give a damn how long they've been with the San Francisco 49ers. We are not the mob. We are not the mafia. Fire all of them. Get them the hell out of Santa Clara. We don't want them no more. We don't need them no more. They are trash. They're doing a half-ass job. Whoever is scouting in the South of America, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, they suck. Whoever is scouting in the Midwest, Ohio, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Wisconsin, they suck. Fire them, all of them, gone. Let's get into new technology of scouting, ladies and gentlemen. There's new technology. Hey, guess what? There's a thing called AI. There is literally a huge 49ers headquarters in San Francisco still, if y'all didn't know. And guess what? AI security is down the block. Why the fuck is the 49ers not connecting with AI technology and scouting the country for the best players? I believe in the eyeball system. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe in the eyeball system. But sometimes the eyeball makes mistakes and sometimes AI can be correct. Let's start using the technology that we have in 2026 and pick up the right players. Use AI, ChatGPT, scouting department, all need to be fired. Pick up young, talented gurus who scout college football directly from the high school level, and let's pick up young bulls that want to succeed and be dogs. That's with releasing and trading 3 players. We get 9. But some of y'all are not ready for these coming to Jesus moments for the 49ers. Some of y'all are not prepared. Some of you are just not prepared for success. And that's okay. Because you got people like me to drag you across the finish line. To show y'all what needs to get done. Now, the next coming to Jesus moment for the San Francisco 49ers. We need to sign back Juwan Jennings. We need to sign back Juwan Jennings, ladies and gentlemen. Go apologize to that man and say, I apologize for not treating you like a number 1 wide receiver. You might not look like a number 1 wide receiver. You might not be built like a number 1 wide receiver. You might not talk like a number 1 wide receiver. But God damn it, when I call your name, you pull up. You get touchdowns. So I apologize to Juwan Jennings from the front office. Go sign Juwan Jennings back and bring him back next year. And guess what? He needs to be the number 1 wide receiver, regardless who we have out there. He deserves it. Kyle Shanahan, you want to be called a guru genius at offensive schemes? Figure out a scheme to get Juwan Jennings the ball as the number 1 wide receiver and use the X and the Y for different things. Figure it out. Figure it out. This is a coming Jesus moment, ladies and gentlemen, for a lot of people out there. I got more information. So lock in. Stay tuned. Go find somewhere deep in your house. Go put me on the Bluetooth if you're driving. Don't hold the phone. But I want to make sure that everyone's recognizing the things that I am saying that are coming to Jesus moments for the 49ers of what needs to get done. The next thing that needs to get done, trade Brandon Ayuk. Go get a 4th-round draft pick. Get rid of the contract. We need that money. All of it back. You were wrong. Admit that you were wrong. Hold accountability. You were wrong about Brandon Ayuk. Someone did something. Either Brandon Ayuk flirted with somebody's daughter around the facilities, or someone talked to his wife in a disrespectful manner. But let go of Brandon Ayuk. There, I said it. Everyone else wants to tippy-toe around it, but I'll say it. Something happened. And the 49ers are such built like the mob, the mafia, of shh, we don't speak. That we'll never know what happened. But release him. Let him fly. Let him go. Trade him for a 4th or a 5th round pick as long as they pick up that shitty-ass contract, and let's use that to pick up another player. Another player. We can do it. Again, copy and paste what we see Seattle doing. Someone in the NFL is succeeding. Copy and paste. Now, I got us 10 new young bulls with my ideology and my strategy. Okay? I let go of Nick Bosa, Lenore, Christian McCaffrey, and Brandon Ayuk. And with those 4 contracts, I got 12 young bulls that are young, under the age of 22. Will there be immaturity? Absolutely. But it's not my job to say who's immature. It's your job to coach the talent, not worry about the personalities. Not trying to find someone who can go on your yacht and go fishing with you and your kids, Kyle Shanahan. Yes, I know about your little boys' trip with George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, and all the families coming together. Okay? You want friends. I want championships. I want Super Bowls. There's a difference. Stop trying to have friends on your coaching staff and start getting coaches that will disagree with you and will show you a better way because you don't know everything. I'm sorry. I'm getting irritated. I'm getting upset. Let me calm down. Woosah. The next player that needs to be traded from the San Francisco 49ers. And I say this with all due respect. I say this again with all due respect to this player that needs to get traded. I love George Kittle. I love what he represents. It's not a lot of times you get blue-collar players that go over and beyond their expectations because he wasn't high on a lot of people's boards. He wasn't high on the 49ers board. And he got slipped between the cracks. He's had his beautiful wife for 6 to 7 years. I believe he deserves to go back to Iowa. He deserves to go back to Tennessee or wherever the hell he comes from. Trade George Kittle for draft capital. He will be in the Hall of Fame for the 49ers. He's a Hall of Fame tight end. He's 4th best tight end of all time. That's a fact. Let that man go back home. Trade him. I know he wants to retire a 49er like Kobe Bryant, but guess what? Business is business. And we need to get younger. There is a tight end in Oregon who was built like Vernon Davis coming out of college that could be there for the 49ers. We need to get young and feisty and aggressive. I like him. I like what he's built from. I know a lot of y'all are not going to agree with what I'm saying because you are fans of players. I am a 49er faithful. I bleed the red and gold. I don't give a damn about players. They come and go. But us faithful, we're here forever until the casket drops. This is a very good, it's not even low key. It's not a low-key tight end class. This is a very good tight end class. We can get 2 to 3 great tight ends in this draft class in the 5th and 6th round. But you got to get rid of some cash. So, again, I've given it up. Nick Bosa, trade his ass. Lenore, trade his ass. Christian McCaffrey, trade his ass. George Kittle, trade his ass. Sign Juwan Jennings and trade Brandon Ayuk. These are the pillars of the 49ers of why we cannot become successful. Because we are holding on to players longer than they need to be because of friendships. Because Kyle Shanahan wants friends around him. He doesn't want to win. He's been a multimillionaire his whole life. All he knows is gold spoon in his mouth. He doesn't know about trenches. He don't know about dogs. Name the last time Kyle Shanahan has drafted a trench baby, a dog, someone that comes from the projects. Someone that comes from a single mom household who ain't got nothing else but football to live for. He ain't drafted that. He don't want them type of players. You can't win without trench babies. Let me know when I'm lying. Let me know when I am lying. I've never seen a Super Bowl won without trench babies. The 49ers got uppity class kids that have mom and dad in the household. And that's a great thing. That's a great thing. But you can't win a championship with them. The Patriots did that one time. Outside the Patriots, you can't name another team that has done it with no trench babies. You can't. CG, I'm going to ask you right now, brother. I'm going to ask you right now because we're going to talk about Trent Williams right now. And I think you're the perfect person to talk about. Invite guest. Hold on. Copy. I think you're the perfect person to talk about this part. Hands down. It's in the comments right now, brother. It's in the comments right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing on a dear friend of mine's. I'm bringing on someone who can articulate and communicate with you on a brighter scale, a higher scale than me, of offensive line conversation. So to the actual fans out there, this might not be fun. But to the 49er faithful that want to see change and want to recognize that we need to do better, ladies and gentlemen, I give you none other than CG Ruthless. Ladies and gentlemen, CG Ruthless, how are you doing, sir?
Doing well, man. I will tell you this. I agree on what you're saying on some parts, except the Lenore trade, bro. I think you got to keep your core player for that perspective. But I agree on majority of what you're saying. Get rid of some of the guys that you can build young with, because you want to still build a young team, right? But you got to keep some foundation. So Lenore may not be somebody that everybody likes, bro, but you got to build your foundation block. He's young. He's still in the category of still young. Kittle's old. Find a way to trade him. I agree. I love Kittle, but his time is up. Trent Williams, bro, you're going to be 38 years old, bro. We cannot rely on you forever, bro. We're going to have to move on. I mean, dude, if we're going to get another offensive lineman, can we get a fucking Mark Henry guy? Can we get a guy that likes to hurt people? Can we get a Larry Allen? Can we get a Kevin Gogan? Can we get an offensive lineman that doesn't give a shit about a defender's health and just wants to fucking make him suffer? I want that kind of guy. Absolutely. There's this kid from Arkansas that does that, bro. He likes to inflict pain to the defenders, bro. He don't give a shit. Check him out. Fernando Carmona, whatever his name is. That dude, he's a dirty player. He don't give a shit.
I love it. I love it. And here's my thing about Trent Williams. Trent Williams has made all the money a left tackle could make.
Yep.
Trent Williams is a Hall of Famer first ballot.
Easily.
But things that are being said about Trent Williams, not as the football player, but his character, has now become a distraction. And I believe 49er fans and faithful have done their very best to ignore his distractions. Now his distractions outside of his extracurricular activities is now being talked about more than his actual play on the field.
I mean, yeah, and he's starting to decline a little bit. So it's like you're still going to get productive with him, but it's like he's going to miss some games, and we're going to need them for those games. So we don't need to try to see. One thing about old players is that you want to be wise with some of these guys, but then at times you got to go younger. Who cares about how wise you got to be with these guys? They got to go out there and play anyways.
Absolutely. Someone said right here in the chat, trade George Kittle, then what? You trade George Kittle for at least 3 players. Draft picks.
Trading, yeah, you'll get
draft picks.
Yeah, you get draft picks. You can build young, and then we don't have to rely on these guys anymore, bro. The thing that I have a problem with this regime. the way they handle stuff, bro, they need to stop relying on these old players a lot, bro. Sometimes you got to go younger and you got to give other players chances. And trading George Kittle does open the door, but I don't think nobody wants to get him right now with him with the injury. So I don't know.
Absolutely.
But
Unfortunately, we're stuck with George Kittle because he won't come back until week 5 or week 6. We don't know what we're going to get. And then we have his main specialty is blocking downfield.
And that's going to be hard to find.
Exactly. You've never hurt your Achilles, and you're going to tell me that George Kittle is going to be able to block at a high, efficient level over a
with an Achilles injury yet.
Who's been squatting 500 pounds for the past 3 years.
Yeah, but like you just said, the kid from Oregon has a built like Vernon Davis, bro. Like that's what I haven't seen a prospect of that caliber since Davis. So it's I haven't
either. And the other thing is, I like that lanky kid at tight end from Stanford. He just had a shitty quarterback every single year. But that guy, I think he got something special.
But check out the tight end from Alabama, Josh Cuevas. That dude can catch and he can block, bro. But you got to watch some of his tape, bro. He runs people over.
I'm kind of over the Alabama tight ends for us.
Cam Latu's trash, bro. No, Cam Latu was more of a project. When I watched his tape, I wasn't quite impressed. He was slow on his catches. This guy is such a monster, bro. Josh Cuevas. He actually came from UC Davis and then transferred. Or something like that.
Or that is leaving the San Francisco 49ers be a head coach. Is that taking other Niners with him? Is this true? I believe that if you're a great coach and you have talent and you want to take that talent with you, I think that's always going to happen. It is.
Well, Salah's already got some of the guys already.
Yeah. It is what it is. Take them.
I'm
totally fine with pillaging coaches and players. Do what you got to do to succeed.
Like you said about the linebacker spot, yeah. Outside of Fred Warner, it's like hard to tell. Like I like D. Winters, but he's kind of a little inconsistent at times. So it's like Nick Martin. I don't know. He just seems like he's in the wrong spot at the wrong place. It's unfortunate, but
we don't have no one at linebacker outside of Fred Warner, and that's not enough to win a Super Bowl. And
that's not enough.
We have to get the 49er faithful to start recognizing reality. And the reality is we don't got the depth or the players to win a Super Bowl.
To step in, yeah.
Regardless of what they try to sell you.
Yeah, regardless of what they have. But, for a linebacker, that Trotter kid from Missouri is pretty damn good. That Philly kid.
Someone just brought up Ricky P. What do we need to do about Ricky P?
Just hope he can stay healthy. But, dude, because we don't have no other options. He's young, and we just have to give him another year. After the other year, if he can't stay healthy, then we got to trade his ass.
Absolutely.
You got to give him at least one more year.
Hey, you know what? I will definitely hold on. Someone said my voice is low. Testing. Can you hear me? Testing. Can you hear me? I definitely think that when it comes to Ricky P, I've been someone who has showed and expressed my dislike for Ricky P since he came into the NFL because he should have never been a first-round draft pick. And he has shown consistently why he is not worthy of a first-round draft pick, not even a second-round draft pick. He is a fifth-round type of player because that's all he showed on film, from coming in the game, playing a little bit, coming out, and being hurt.
But he was durable coming out of college, but now he's just been injury-prone. That's the only difference. Like, I can see what they like about the kid's tape, but I wasn't really expecting him being nothing more than a third-round pick. But I can see why they like the kid's talent. It's just the durability now. Durability is the problem. But I think when he's healthy, bro, you see the difference how our offense can stretch with him, right? But he's good. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
But I just think we need that one wide receiver, man. And please, for the love of God, do not bring fucking Debo back, bro. I don't want this fucking cheeseburger, Burger King eating motherfucker on my roster, bro. Move on, bro.
Whoever keeps on, and here's the thing, I really do believe that's Debo Samuel's camp and his PR team that has spreading this narrative of bringing back Debo Samuels. I can tell you right now, if we go backwards and pick up an old beast, diabetes future looking like wide receiver to play a
Burger King Whopper eating Debo Samuel, bro.
I don't want Debo Samuels on this roster. Again, another distraction. And 49er fans, not faithful, continuously want to bring horrible fandom to the 49ers and not success. And I'm getting sick and tired of it. This year,
Dude,
I'm not holding back. I'm not holding back.
And there needs to be a change with the culture, man. Fuck being with these friends, bro. Fuck the friendship. I want to win championship. We're not here to be friends. We're not here to fucking have fun, bro. Like, I like Kittle and the rest of those other guys, but somebody needs to stand apart and say, hey, dude, I want to win. I don't want to fucking get distracted with this shit.
And here's the thing, and I feel like for many times this year, and I think you get a test of me doing this, I've run a highlight to George Kittle really being a very toxic person behind the scenes and not helping out this roster. There's no reason why Tread Taylor, what's his best friend's name, that's been on the roster from the past 2 years?
Yeah, because he's buddies with George Kittle. No shit.
There's no reason why. Like, here's the thing. Let your best friend grow a sack of pear nuts. Let him go get a fucking job at Walmart or Benihana. Do a fucking job.
And stay away from the roster.
Stop holding this team ransom with your best friend being on the roster and calling him on the practice squad living at your house with his wife. That's bullshit.
Well, that dude, I don't understand. Like Trent Taylor's just becoming that one. He's becoming the Dante Johnson of this fucking roster now.
And I'm telling you right now, I will put a highlight to that whole situation to where more 49er fans are talking about it, because I'm tired of having this. We're getting one player, but having two players and having his wife. And I'm tired of it. Let them all go. Go away. Go fishing. Do all that shit in the offseason. Come prepared to work.
Come to work. I mean, I'm tired of these sorry soft offensive linemen. Like Trent's one of the best for sure, but his time is running out. Pooney, I like his potential. I think he just had a little slump year. I'll give him a benefit of doubt. Jake Brendel needs to get the fuck out of here, bro. Brendel, somebody needs to replace him. I'm sorry.
Again,
and Chris Forrester,
part of the boys club. Brendel is a part of the boys club, and we know
exactly
on the boys club.
He's part of the Chris Forrester Kiss My Ass Club program.
Absolutely. Listen here. I'm tired of the boys club. I'm tired of the clique. I want them all to be dismantled, and I want Jed York to have a pair of fucking nuts and dismantle the fucking boys club.
Yeah, he won't do shit. That's the problem. Jed York is scared. He's a coward.
He stands up when it comes to finances.
Finance is different, but when it comes to like players and them go face to face, do you think Jed's gonna do something? Nope. He's gonna check it out like a coward. Dude, have you ever seen that one locker room incident where Jim Harbaugh says this meeting's for grown-ups, and he didn't even stand his fucking toes about that shit. He just walked out and just was scared.
Other situations that we need to discuss together, brother, is really not even.
Dude,
I don't want to talk about the draft yet. It's more so.
Yeah, no, I want an offensive lineman that doesn't care for no fucking defensive players' well-being, bro. I want that fucking relentless trenches, bro. I don't care if he has to be dirty. I just want that guy to fucking do the job.
I have a problem with. I wouldn't mind that. The offensive lineman from Arkansas wouldn't mind it. I like the.
Hey, you know what he would do?
The right tackle from Penn State, love them.
Oh, you know what he would.
There.
Yeah, you know what that dude from Arkansas would have done to one of the Rams defenders or the D-line? He would have probably tried to break his ankle or try to do it on purpose and not give a shit.
Absolutely.
Or even the Seattle defender will probably get injured, and then they'll probably call that guy a dirty player. That's what I want, that guy. I don't know. You ever seen a highlight, dude? Everybody calls that dude a dirty player because he stumps on people and doesn't give a shit.
I'm not mad at it, honestly. I just want a culture change, and
we need some Oklahoma guys, bro. We need some pass. We need that one guy from Oklahoma. That guy can rush. He's got that energy, that little fire energy that we need.
Got to get rid of Kyle for that. Listen here. I'm going to talk nice about Kyle until draft. If I see his draft bullshit, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
What if that is the pick, but what if it turns out good? Then what? We can't judge it until we see it on the field, you know?
Absolutely, because I admit I didn't think Upton Stout was going to be what he was, and he proved me wrong.
That's what
I
it
admit,
was, bro.
I admit that, but I don't think that was Kyle Shanahan. I think that was Robert Saleh.
It had to be solid because he wanted that guy. But when you look at the draft, okay, Mikael Williams was something I was already expecting. But Alfred Collins was a little bit of a reach to me, but I liked the guy's tape. I had a third round grade on Alfred Collins, but CJ West was good, but Jordan Watkins and Jordan James were kind of like a head scratch for me for a minute. It's like, damn, okay, I get it, but it was late round. Who cares? Get him.
We don't need a
Now, Connor
culture
Colby,
change, just a competent defense. We need a whole culture change. No one's afraid of us, bro. Like this guy on TikTok.
nobody fears
No
us
one
with what we
cares
have.
about
We
us.
don't. We don't have an identity like we used to have. Like, we had that
Absolutely.
identity.
Absolutely.
We used to have the identity of the fear, but we don't have that. We're too distracted. We're getting up in age with some of the guys, but we're going younger, of course, but it's like we don't have the identity on defense anymore. We don't scare people. It's
Not at
like
all.
they don't respect us. It
And
used to be
honestly,
like they respect us. They used to be that respect for us, but not so much. But on offense, they kind of do respect us, but they don't respect the trenches of the O line, bro.
that's
Does
fact.
anybody?
We have TikTok dancers. I'm getting
Yeah,
sick.
we do.
We need to find, as a collective of 49er fans and faithful, we need to find and talk shit every time we see a 49er do a TikTok dance and can't score a touchdown.
Fire the D line coach. It's firing the D line coach would help if we can get rid of the wide nine shit. Then maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That would
like
be
the D line coach, but I just don't think the wide nine doesn't work anymore for us, bro. We got to change up.
it's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm looking forward to. I'm actually gonna try to make it to the combine if it's in
What did we
Indianapolis.
miss Debo, bro? The problem was Debo last year wasn't shit, and Debo this year wasn't squat for the Commanders, bro. So I think the old Debo is what we miss, but not this Debo, the one that's broken down,
He's not willing to get under 190 pounds.
dude. The thing with Debo is instead of Debo, we just call him a Whopper Debo, bro, because that's all he's gonna get is some Whoppers from Burger King, bro. That's all he does. In the offseason, he gets a little belly, gets a little out of shape, works out for a little bit, and then gets he's kind of starting to become like Aaron Lynch. You know that one guy we used to have back in the day where he didn't do shit in the offseason, was a little out of shape. That's what Debo's starting to be like.
Matter of fact, so a player that we haven't talked about, and I think we should talk about. I want your thoughts on Brock Purdy this season.
He's good enough. We just need to get an offensive line. I think everything what Brock does is fine. It's just how else are you going to have a quarterback if you don't build around him anymore, bro? There's some cap to work with. They just try to be too cheap and too conservative with him. Like, is Brock somebody who can elevate? He can do at times, but he is good enough to win you ball games. You just got to build with him, or else it doesn't work. Like, if you're gonna expect him to be more of that guy to carry you, I'm sorry to say, he's just not that kind of guy. He can only do so much.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. I think I just want my prize picks.
The prize picks, man.
I think I just want my prize picks. Please hold.
Yeah, but you might need to check out some of those offensive linemen. But if we want to make Kittle happy, man, let's get those 2 Iowa offensive linemen then.
That would definitely make me happy. That's for sure. Oh. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, I'm happy.
But those two, oh wait, actually, there's 3 Iowa offensive linemen that we might have to consider, man. They got that center from Iowa, and then they got the guard and tackle from Iowa.
Who?
Okay, so the center's name is Logan Jones, I believe, from Iowa. He's a center, and then they got this kid Bo Stevens, the guard from Iowa, and then the guy that everybody's talking about that looks like the sourdough Sam Gennings Dunker.
I know who you're talking about. Okay.
That guy's my draft crush, man. He looked like sourdough Sam, bruh.
He does.
But
He does.
but but I wouldn't go for an offensive lineman until maybe later in the draft. Maybe go get that Arkansas kid because I want somebody that's not going to be a pushover. I don't give a shit about. I mean, as long as he doesn't get flagged, but even if he does, he's trying to like impose their will a little bit. You got to scare them a little bit.
More than a little bit, a lot.
I want an old school player. I want a Kevin Gogan. I want a freaking incognito kind of guy.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I want us to get finally a 4-2 fast wide receiver.
You're not going to be able to find much of those. I mean, there's a couple of fast guys, but there's this kid from Tennessee, but it just seems like he's a 6'5", like runs a 4.3 kind of guy. Big dude, but I think he's all speed. I don't know.
I want us to stretch the field, and we don't stretch the field at all.
Yeah, because Kyle doesn't play these young guys, bro. We have speed, we just don't play them. That's the problem.
Jordan Watkins, was he a 4.4 or 4.3 guy?
4.3 speed guy. Same with Cowling too. What's the point of even having these guys if we're not going to play them, bro? I don't like the way Kyle does business, bro. He needs to like figure out how to utilize his offense better.
Absolutely.
He's a genius, don't get me wrong, but man, dude, you got to start realizing you can't have the same fucking receivers and expect to be any different.
Who do we think we can bring back Juwan Jennings?
He's gonna probably expect too much. And to be honest with you, I'd be shocked if we don't retain him. But honestly, I can see him go. Because he's going to cost too much, and the Niners are going to probably just say, nah, we can't do that. And then you're going to probably see them go for somebody cheaper. Well, actually, they do have a cheaper option. They just got Robinson for one more year, so they're probably going to go that route. And then they're going to go get a receiver in the draft. I don't think we're going to go nobody big.
You think the first round we go get wide receiver? Because we're not going to get an offensive lineman. We're not going to get an offensive lineman as much as we need one. We're not going to get the left tackle.
Maybe in the third round we get an offensive lineman or somebody in the fourth. But if we're going to get somebody later in the draft, it better be that kid from Arkansas.
Anthony Davis, 2011, 2015. Are you talking
about that guy was a
right tackle dominance? Rutgers, baby.
I mean, he was good for a while, but then he just had his work ethic was the one thing I questioned the most. And I even got flack for calling this shit out, bro. And I think he blocked me a while back on Twitter a long time ago because I called his ass. I'm an offensive line kind of critical guy, bro. I see how I see it.
You like the nasty guys that go over and beyond. I like more of the fundamental, sound, quiet. You like grizzly bears. I like gummy bears with fundamentals.
I like grizzly bears because they don't care about their wills of those opposing players, bro. They don't. I like that. I like
more of the quiet, just fundamentals, block for 3 seconds and get back in the huddle type guy.
I like a guy that just goes to the whistle and doesn't give a shit. That's my kind of guy, bro. Like the guy from Arkansas just fits my mold, bro. That's my guy. Like, dude, I don't care if you do what you do, bro. Just get under their skin a little bit.
Do you think the 49ers pick up the center from the Raiders? I love that kid.
I don't know, man. They don't make deals with the Niners.
No, he'll be a free agent, I believe.
Will he?
Yeah.
Well, I thought they drafted him like 2 seasons ago, so I don't think so.
It hasn't been 4 already?
It hasn't even been 4. Yeah, they just drafted him a couple years ago, remember?
What? Damn, these time is going by fast then.
Sure is. I mean, there's a couple of good players that I like in the draft when it comes to offensive line. Like, I don't think we have to go get one early, but if you want to get a starting caliber guard, I can list you like 4 players in the 3rd or 4th round that you can get as a starter right off the bat. The kid from Oklahoma is somebody I like. He could be starting right away. Um, the kid from Arkansas I like. I think the Iowa kid, Bo Stevens, I think he might be a third or fourth round grade, if I'm mistaken. Then they got this kid from Missouri who could be a tackle, but he's going to probably be playing guard for right now, but he'd be a nice caliber starter. I forget his name, Keegan Frost.
Keegan Frost. That sounds so familiar.
Keegan Frost, that's his name. And then there's the kid from Florida that I like, Barber. I think he can put him at tackle. I mean, he would probably be at tackle, but you can move him up to guard for right now.
How did your interview go with the DN from New York?
Oh, dude, he kind of flaked on me a couple times. He didn't even get back to me, bro. I tried to get another interview with him, but it's like his schedule just didn't quite work, bro. It's like something just happened. Don't you hate it when that shit happens and he doesn't even get you a heads up? Like, that's just the crazy part, bro. Maybe when things slow down again, maybe he'll get back to me, but it's just like his schedule just seems to fuck up.
Gotcha. I actually I'm waiting for the NFL to give me my pass because hopefully I will be at the combine. I really do want to
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah. I want to be at the combine. I want to be able to ask questions and I want to really get in there and figure out what does Kyle want from certain players.
He wants scheme fits. His kind of guys have to fit the scheme. Like for an offensive lineman, they probably have to be so versatile and they got to play the zone. For a linebacker, you got to cover well in zone. And the kid from Pittsburgh, if you want to talk about a linebacker who could fit into our defense, this kid from Pittsburgh is who I'm hearing a lot of good buzz about.
Who? What's his name?
Kyle, I think his name's Kyle Lewis or something, but look up Pittsburgh linebacker. He's been kind of like moving up draft boards, and he can cover too. He fits the zone. Like everybody talks about Jacob Rodriguez, but
you think we're gonna draft another running back?
If we draft another running back, but it better not be early, or I'm gonna lose my mind. Dude, I'd rather get an undrafted running back at this point.
I agree. There's certain positions right now on the offense side. I'm like, what's the point? What's the point? I'm happy that we're not getting rid of Mac Jones because I think Mac Jones is just going to make Brock Purdy stand up and do better.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like,
yeah, wait until the last second, and then if Brock Purdy is really doing his shit, then trade Mac Jones in the middle of the year.
No, you want to make sure that Brock can stay healthy first. That's what you want to make sure. Maybe during the midseason, then that's when you can pull the trigger.
Yeah. So, Australia, mate.
Australia, mate.
Will you be going to Australia for the LA Rams game? Because I am.
I can't, bro. That's too much money for a damn travel. I don't think so.
I gotta go.
Well, you gotta go, boy. You gotta save up.
Yeah, I gotta go. I have to.
Hey, so what are you gonna say? Talk like their language and say, "Hey, they might."
No, I'm not gonna do that because I know for a fact they like to fight, and I will go to jail for whooping some ass out there.
What about talking to the kangaroos? I'm just playing.
Oh shit! Oh, and I gotta show you, bro. Look what I did.
What'd you do? Cut your hair with professional.
Yeah. Real professional.
Yeah,
you know.
I like your dreads, man. Damn.
Yeah, I had to let them go. If I'm gonna go to Australia, I gotta go out there looking right. You know what I mean?
Oh, but you
Jamaican man. No,
you could have stuck with the Jamaican shit, man.
Yeah,
dude.
I let the dreads go.
Nah, but I'm probably gonna go to the Arizona one because I'm gonna be right down to the desert.
Is there good barbecue out there?
What, in Arizona?
Yeah.
I haven't even checked it yet, but I'm pretty sure they do.
All right.
I'll have to look into it, but there's a different kind of good places to check out.
Definitely the Australia game. I'm definitely going to figure out a way to get my black ass out there And then I always like to go to Seattle at least once every other year. So probably this upcoming year I'll go to Seattle, and then I don't want to go to
Maybe
Dallas.
maybe you can plan on going to the one in Arizona, man, so we can link up, man.
That would be fire. That would definitely be fire.
That would be fire. We can just talk. We can talk some stuff in person. Maybe we can troll those Cardinal fans. Oh wait,
Absolutely.
we can see if they actually exist or something. We can interview them like they're Bigfoot.
Do you think Cal Murray gets another job in the NFL?
Probably at McDonald's. Or no, I think he might get traded. I don't know. It depends.
Who the hell would
Think
pick up a 5'8" quarterback?
I have no idea, bro. You'd be surprised.
Crazy, crazy. Well, I'm gonna get my black ass up out of here. I'm about to go get me some dinner and then head to the gym.
All right, man. Sounds good.
All right,
Well,
hold on. Are you gonna be on tomorrow?
I should be free tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, lock in with me and let's talk some more football because there's some more stuff that we gotta talk about. You know, it's the off season, but at the same time, it's not the off season for us, bro. We still got to lock in. There's a lot of players and scouting that we need to look at and put on the boards for the 49ers because they need help with their jobs.
Yeah. Want me to show you some of those scouting players later?
Yeah, just send me the links.
Okay. Sounds good, man.
Brother. All right, for your faithful, it was great to have y'all. Peace out, and I'm about to go get food, and yeah, I'll see y'all.
All right.
Peace.